Opening day. We're all dressed up for opening day of the Padres, and they had 54,000. 54. And now when they went early, they tailgated. They got there early to try to avoid a traffic jam late and created one 2 hours before the game. Benito Santiago got the Jackie Robinson Trophy for Rookie of the Year last season. Tony Gwynn, the silver bat, is the National League batting champion. And then the Dodgers went out and started beating up on him early. In the first inning, Mike Marshall with a base hit. The Dodgers against Andy Hawkins got 2 in the first. To take a 2-0 lead, Kirk Gibson started, and then in the second inning, Mike Scioscia with a base hit down the line. That was fair, by the way. And the Dodgers score another run as John Shelby there comes on to score to make it 3-0. And then coming on here, Benito Santiago with a base hit in the fourth to drive in his second run of the season. John Kruk, who will figure into things largely here shortly. Here's Kruk, bases loaded in the fourth. He has never hit a grand slam. This ball is going out of here just to the right of the 405 sign. Kruk's only one other time he's ever hit a home run that wasn't to the opposite field to left. The Padres take the lead 5-3, and here's the reason why they kept the lead. Steve Sachs struck out by Mark Davis. Davis was unbelievable. He gets Kirk Gibson to end the ball game as Mark Davis gets to save Andy Hawkins, who pitched not well but got the win, so who cares? At 5 1/3 innings, Davis was unbelievable. I mean, he pitched well in San Francisco. He was even better tonight. Just great. He got...
Now for the draft information. Wide receiver Anthony Miller of Tennessee is the Chargers' first-round draft pick. He ran track for a year at San Diego State before he eventually ended up playing football for Tennessee, so of course he's happy to be back in town.
Oh, well, I was once down here, you know, when I used to go to San Diego State, and I was really happy, you know, coming back here because, you know, the weather and plus playing on grass. I didn't really want to go back to the East Coast.
I'm thinking this guy, you may see the best set of hands on him since John Jefferson in a wide receiver.
He's the type of person that we wanted in the draft, and we're gonna really utilize him in a way that will make us all happy and proud he's here.
Well, I don't think I'm really a track man. I think I'm more or less a football player that ran track because I started football at the same time as track, so it works both ways. It's not really I think I'm a football player.
A couple miles away, the local draftniks were watching the selections on TV and listening on the radio. Those draftniks, they tell it like it is. Miller, by the way, runs a 4.440. You see the other picks. No second-round pick. Quinn Early, another highly regarded wide receiver, was the third-round pick. That's a good selection. And the Chargers traded one of their most popular players, Pete Holohan. He's going to fit in really well with the Rams. And you see the other picks right there. That bottom one, David Richards, is huge. 6'5", 320 pounds, offensive tackle, and he's quick, has a lot of quickness. Now, none of the...
Believe it or not, have finished the draft. The two-day draft is over. Got through all 12 rounds. Take a look at the Chargers picks and some locals if we have time. Yesterday, their first pick was Anthony Miller, wide receiver out of Tennessee. They took another wide receiver in the third round, Quinn Early. Then they traded Pete Holohan to the Rams for their fourth pick and took Joe Campbell, an outside linebacker and defensive end. A couple of other picks in the fourth, both offensive linemen, Stacey Searles of Auburn and David Richards, a 300-pounder from UCLA. Then they started out this morning by taking Cedric Figueroa, a linebacker from Notre Dame, another lineman, Joey Howard. And then with their 2 11th-round picks, they took Ed Miller as center and George Hinkle, a nose tackle from Arizona. And finally, they got Wendell Phillips of Northern Alabama. Now, local talent to get drafted. Eric Allen, cornerback from Point Loma High School, went to Philadelphia. 4th-round Chuck Cecil, safety out of Helix, went to Green Bay. 7th-round Harold Hicks from San Diego State is headed for Washington. 9th-round Clarence Nunn, cornerback, also from the state, drafted by New Orleans. In the 9th round, James Primus, who went to Sweetwater High, and a running back headed for Atlanta. 11th round, Todd Santos is now a Saint, and Wayne Ross, a punter from state, drafted by Washington, and Dave DeRocher's offensive tackle is going to Seattle. Did I get that all in?
I think you did.
Did everybody understand that? Because we're not doing it again if we didn't.
Maybe they could petition the league to play just 8-inning games. They blew a lead in the 9th again tonight, but this time the Padres come back in the 10th to win it. A bases-loaded single by Chris Brown beats the Pirates 4-3. There is no question who the hottest Padre is. Gary Templeton drove in the first 2 runs with this double in the second inning. Tempe now has a 10-game hitting streak. Keith Moreland gave the Padres a 3-0 lead in the third. Now, this hit would have scored 2, but it bounces off the wall for a ground rule double. Eric Shaw pitched well again tonight, giving up just 2 runs in 8 innings. He didn't give up a hit until the 4th, but it was a big one, a homer by Jose Lead. That made it 3-1, but the Padres could not hold off Pittsburgh, and Benito Santiago couldn't hold this Mark Davis pitch, which scored the tying run in the 9th. But in the 10th, bases loaded, 1 out, big crowd waiting for the fireworks. Brown comes through.
Line drive, base hit, the ball game is over. The Padres win it. Final score, San Diego 4, Pittsburgh 3.
Oh, Doctor, even though he didn't, or he blew the save chance, Davis did get the win. Jim Gott took the loss for the Pirates.
Classic comes on one more time. He will try and show what he can do here in the third quarter. Out of Iowa.
Fourth round draft choice a year ago.
Big, strong kid. Just, as Pat suggested earlier, he needs some playing time. Ware comes in motion. Complete to Anthony Miller, and the Chargers' #1 draft choice catches his first pass.
Really a smooth player. This young man can fly. He had just great gazelle-type moves. You watch 5'11", 185 pounds, and can just motor downfield.
Again, Gil Brandt, the Cowboys, says he can be the most explosive wide receiver in the National Football League. And it's thrown to Timmy Ware. We'll wait for the official call that he can't throw with any traffic. No, they're saying that first down Charger. Classic again. Gets pressure, gets it away, and it's complete to Timmy Ware. Another Charger first down. They like the way, too, he will catch it in traffic. This is Spencer. Fights his way across the 45. The coaches will tell you that Timmy Ware, despite only weighing about 173, 74 pounds,
Classic.
big pressure. Looking for Darren Flutie. Great catch. Flutie maintains his balance and goes to the 20-yard line. Boy, this is a tough little sucker out of Boston College. Came in as a free agent. He comes to a team that has all kinds of speed. Drafted 2 wide receivers. Has Jamie Holland coming back. But maybe if you look for a possession-type receiver, Pat, this might be the guy that fills the bill.
Yeah, he has. He's caught the coach's eyes on a good pressure. Vlasic puts the football up for grabs. Now watch the adjustment here. He broke his pattern, came back to the inside, caught the football, almost had his head ripped off, but maintained, hung onto the ball. That's a big play, and he does work very hard in training camp, and the coaches really, really like this young man.
Well, the Chargers with their second best scoring opportunity of the game. Vlasic rolls, throws, complete. Caught one pass so far tonight. Spencer, Severs with a block. Tim darts inside the 10-yard. Chargers now, first and goal, inside the 10-yard line. Vlasic. Complete to Eric Severs, and that time John Clay did one heck of a job on Jim Jeffcoat. It was a good for 91, comes into the backfield along with Spencer. The Chargers going for a power formation. Spencer, but he's not going to get it. Third and goal. Looking for Miller. And just the Chargers operating behind center, Dan Lozado. Here it is, fourth down. Vlasic scrambles, rolls. Throws.
Almost intercepted.
And Michael Downs, number 26 there.